Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asị m nke onye chiri ya zere. Ihe a bụ Ada Igbo ka ị na-anụ olu ya na Igbo Media n'ụbọchị nke taa. N'Igbo Media anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Biafra land maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. Ozi nke ụbọchị nke taa si n'aka Deputy Prime Minister Ngozi Orabueze, otu o si ewetara anyị ọtụtụ ozi gbasara Prime Minister Simon Ekpa na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ ha na-emegasị na Finland iji wee mee ka this our Biafran struggle ka ọ bụrụ ihe nwere isi. Biko ọ bụrụ na ụbọchị tata bụ izi na-esonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ, biko echefuna itinyere anyị aka n'iru akwụkwọ, gwakwa anyị ihe iche na comment section and gbasakwa ozi a ka o zuo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ngwa gere ya ka ọ ha n'uju.
Updated as our heads of mission work diligently in service to our nation and its people. As a newly restored nation, one of our most critical steps towards international recognition is the ceaseless pursuit of global diplomatic engagements. We provide consular services to Biafrans and offer guidance to all those interested in Biafra, ensuring that no Biafran is left without protection. At the same time, we affirm that the United States of Biafra is a reliable and trustworthy partner in diplomatic engagement worldwide. And we thank those countries that have been reaching out to the United States of Biafra government for partnership in different areas. Thank you so much. IHL trainings. Our armed forces and government officials have been actively participating in courses and trainings on international humanitarian law to ensure that discipline in our self-defense and collective defense is maintained in line with international best practices. This reaffirms our uncompromising stance that no criminal action or war crime will ever be tolerated in our land under the guise of fighting for Biafra, while in reality they are serving the terrorist regime of Nigeria in its attempt to demonize our nation. Discipline remains the cornerstone of all we do. We remain open and committed to working with human rights organizations and other institutions that provide updated courses and trainings in IHL. All the United States of Biafra military undergoes international humanitarian law trainings. This is very important to me. This is very important to our government. This is very important to the United States of Biafra government. We cannot allow recklessness to be the bane of our military. The unity of purpose. The Biafra people stand more united today than ever before, rejecting all attempts to divide us by the Nigerian state, who uses the divide and conquer tactics. We have only one legitimate government, the government of the United States of Biafra, headed by my humble self at this time, until our leaders join us. Anyone who does not stand with this government is, by choice, or by compromise standing with the Nigerian regime. We will treat that person as a Nigerian person, as a Nigerian terrorist person. The United States of Biafra currency. We are currently in the process of producing a new Bank of Biafra series of currency notes for both domestic and international use. The new currency denominated in Ejema will officially replace the Biafra pounds last issued by the Republic of Biafra. These notes will incorporate the most advanced anti-counterfeiting technologies and will be printed by one of the world's leading security companies, printing companies. And I want to use this opportunity to thank this printing company that has offered to assist this new nation in the printing of our currency. The official date of issuance and the venue for the special launch ceremony will be announced in due course. The Biafra currency will soon be in use across our land, and as history shows, our good money will always drive away the bad money. The plight of Biafrans will not be ignored. Although some may deliberately ignore the plight of the Biafran people, and others may simply be unaware, Biafrans will continue to advance on the path of recognition and nation building. The application and issuance of our Biafra national ID cards are currently ongoing, and we are in the process of finalizing our Biafra international passport, which will enable Biafrans to travel to countries that recognize our nation. And I want to use this opportunity to thank those countries you know yourself that have already shown interest in the recognition of the United States of Biafra and ready to welcome the first batch of the United States of Biafra citizens that will visit your nation. Thank you so much. In addition, work is also on the way to provide the Biafra driver's license. Our next steps. We will continue to strengthen stability and peace within our polity, which we have achieved to a very high degree. We'll continue to deepen alliances with nations across the world and ensure that every Biafran is protected wherever they may be. Above all, we will keep mobilizing Biafrans worldwide to speak with one united voice for justice, for freedom, for equity, for fairness, for the United States of Biafra. Declaration to Nigeria and its allies. The government of the United States of Biafra hereby issues the following demands. End of occupation. Nigeria must immediately cease its illegal occupation of Biafra land and withdraw all their security apparatus from our territory. Just like Michael Rubin said, Nigeria is currently forcefully occupying a foreign land, which is the United States of Biafra. Stop the divisive tactics. Nigeria must end its instigation of Biafrans against Biafrans. Trust me, we already know these tactics. The government has uncovered this plot. Over 98% of Biafrans have uncovered this plot. Over 98% of Biafra that supports the United States of Biafra government under my leadership has already discovered this plot. And we will not allow such divisive strategies to undermine our unity. Cease resource exploitation. All activities relating to the illegal exploration and exploitation of Biafra's natural and mineral resources must be brought to an end. It must be brought to an end. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign state with all its natural resources, all the crude oil in Biafra land. And I want to use this opportunity to thank the countries and organizations that have realized the independence of Biafra and are reaching out to continue their continued business is protected in Biafra land. Countries that support true democracy, freedom, human rights are encouraged to reach out to the United States of Biafra government to continue to get those natural resources you obtain from our land, from Biafra land. But this time you will continue to get it at the right price, at the right standard, with the right components, ensuring that our lands are not degraded. Any country that has signed any contract with Nigeria in relation to any mineral resources coming from Biafra land, we are calling on you to sever cut off that contract immediately. The United States of Biafra government will continue to control its natural resources. Recognition of sovereignty. The United States of Biafra and its people must be accorded their rightful status as a sovereign state under international law. We've met all the criteria as an independent nation with a mapped out geographical location with a certain people that came together to declare their independence in Latin Finland, with over 50 million that have voted through a self-referendum to exit Nigeria. We have met all the criteria. We have all the legal backings. We have our Constitution of the United States of Biafra. We have the declaration document fully signed by over 1,000 Biafrans that met in Latin Finland. We have our currency. We have our allies that we are building. We have met all the legal criteria as a free nation that must be respected by every country and every people. We are not begging anyone. You don't have to give us our freedom. We, the people, have our freedom in our hand. All we seek is for you to respect that freedom with all the legal documents that have given us that backing. We also seek an end to transnational repression. Nigeria must immediately halt all acts of transnational repression as witnessed in Kenya and Finland. The world has witnessed the transnational repression conducted by the Nigerian state, of which they still continue to do in their own little way with their people, with the people that collude with them. We have those information. We ask you to stop. You cannot win to fight a free nation. We ask you to stop. Stop collusion. Nigeria and its allies must cease all forms of collaboration and collusion aimed at undermining Biafra and its people. If you are a nation colluding with Nigeria, if you are an organization colluding with Nigeria, we ask you to stop. We ask you to stop. The people have spoken. Cancel exploitative contracts. All contracts concerning the illegal exploration and exploitation of Biafra's resources must be discontinued without delay. And do not go into any new contract that has to deal with the crude oil that comes from Biafra land. Do not enter into any of that contract with Nigerian state. The people must defend their land. We will defend our natural resources. We will defend our land, and we will defend our people. To the people of Biafra, remain steadfast. Hold your head high. Remember always that you are citizens of an independent nation under illegal occupation. Each day, we move closer to the systemic removal of all Nigerian forces and their agents from our land. I promise you, we are doing that by the seconds, by the minutes, because we have peacefully written to them to leave our land. We have peacefully written to the Nigerian state to leave Biafra land, to withdraw They are reintegrated terrorists. They gave AK-47, wearing Nigerian military and police uniform. We have written to them to peacefully leave our land. Biafra will defend our land. Biafra will defend its people. Biafra will defend their natural resources. Like I said, each day we move closer to the systemic removal of all Nigerian forces and agents from our land, and nearer to the moment when the world will recognize the Biafra flag as the banner of a sovereign and independent state, of which we were an independent nation between 1967 and 1970. We are reactivating, we have reactivated some of those policies, some of those ideals that existed at that moment. And I want to tell Biafrans, we are very, very happy. We've succeeded. We are succeeding by the minute with the support we are getting. The United States of Biafra citizens are mostly Christians. Nigeria has been declared as the most dangerous place in the world for Christians to live. That is part of the reason why we've declared our independence to exit Nigeria. We must safeguard the lives of our people. We do not want to live in a country that reintegrates and rehabilitates non-terrorists into their country. Hire them into the military, into the police, into the security. Hire them. They are part of the politicians. Most of their politicians are reintegrated terrorists. So any country at this time dealing with any Nigerian politician in any ramification, just know that you are promoting terrorism based on court orders from countries across the world. On behalf of the government of the United States of Biafra, I declare, long live the United States of Biafra. Long live our people, and may God bless our liberation.
Ndị be anyị ngwadalụ nne ka unu si wee na-esoro anyị n'ilu akwụkwọ na Igbo Media ebe si wee wetara onye bụ ozi. Gịnị ka ikwu gbasara maka ihe ndị a niile anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa? Kabara ketụsa ya bụ ozi ka ọ rute ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ n'ebe dị iche iche ntị, maka ọ sị ọ nụrụ sị ma gịnị ya kara nwanne ya. Ngwanụ ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.